A light rain has washed the streets overnight, and now the pounding of shoe leather taps out the persistent staccato of a Monday morning. Time to get to work, so let's get to it. That's me, Ace Diamond. I'm a private detective. For 15 years, I've been finding lost loves, missing persons, missing fortunes. I'm the one you come to when you need the world put back together, when the puzzle pieces of life have dropped into the dust. And then one day, all of that changed.
Ace, do you have a comment on the report on the front page?
What can you tell us about BB Wolf?
Settle down, settle down. Be good little reporters and I'll answer a few of your questions. Millie, yes.
Is it true that you saved the lives of the 3 little pigs?
They aren't pigs, they're building contractors. They got themselves into a jam and I helped them out of it.
The report says that the pigs were trapped in a house of bricks after BB Wolf had blown up the other 2 homes.
Yeah, one made of straw and the other one made of sticks.
Hey now, it was a nice place, that house of sticks. You ever tried making a house out of sticks or straw? It's no picnic.
But what about the story? Is it true? Did BB Wolf destroy the houses?
It was tough to see what was going on that night. It was a dark and stormy night after all.
Couldn't see anything. You ought to get your peepers checked, detective.
Sounds like something from a fairy tale.
Does that make you a fairy tale detective, Ace?
What kind of sense does that make? And you call yourself a reporter?
Was BB Wolf captured?
Hey now, quit flipping your lips. I'll tell you what. I was on my way to the police headquarters right now to find out for myself what had become of BB Wolf. Why don't we meet up there and I'll continue answering a few more of your questions, all right?
Morning, Fred. Hecht, you fellas want your usual?
No, Connie, just coffee black.
Same here, just coffee. Oh, really? You fellas must have had a producer's notes meeting this morning. Fred, Hecht, hidey-ho.
Oh no.
How are they treating you 2 geniuses over at Warner Brothers?
Like writers.
Oh. I see we have new scripts. What are we working on?
Sorry, Miss Stars. You know we can't tell you that.
Yeah. Mr. Warren would have us canned if we gave up the story.
You don't have to give up your brainchild. I'll do all the talking. You 2 just sit back and give me a little yes or no. Is the project where a wry but good-hearted private detective gets mixed up in a world full of displaced fairy tale characters?
How did you...
I thought so. Enjoy your Java, boys.
Can't keep a secret in this town.
That's a fact. So you boys must be pretty deep into rewrites by now.
Of the worst kind.
How so?
We're hitting the point where we have to straighten the spine.
Straighten the spine? That sounds painful.
It is.
We have all these killer driller scenes in the script right now. Real swell moments that show the audience how the character is thinking, what the character is thinking or feeling.
The problem is, our script is too long. Unless we can make our little character scenes advance the plot, we have to cut them.
We have dozens of variations, each one sending the character in a slightly different direction. Our desks are covered in notes and swell ideas, but today we have to straighten the spine.
And that means we cut anything that doesn't drive the plot. And it really hurts.
You think it's hard on you fellas? Imagine how your characters must feel.
Jeepers, Ace, you scared me! I thought you promised to stop sneaking in the back entrance.
Can't promise to stop being sneaky, Ellie. It's part of the job.
Is the rumble in this morning's paper true? You caught BB Wolf?
That part's true. The rest is pure floy. I can't believe what these reporters can make up. All huff and all puff. Where would they even get a quote like that?
I'm just glad you're okay.
Now, Eloise, you've got to stop worrying about me.
But BB Wolf, Ace, you could have been.
Nothing, Princess. I could have been nothing. I told you, stop worrying.
Did you see the other story?
Which one?
The owner of the cave goes by the name of Little Cat. He's gone missing. One of his employees say they saw him escorted from the establishment last week and no one's seen him since.
Who did the escorting?
The story didn't say.
Ellie,
Yes, Ace?
I've been meaning to tell you. Is there someone in the lobby?
It's Miss Riding. She's been waiting.
Miss Riding? She's a bucket of eels with a pretty ribbon on it. Okay, shoo her in and get Police Sergeant Knight on the horn. I want to hear the list of charges on BB Wolf pronto.
I'm on it, Ace.
Detective Diamond, thank you for seeing me.
Of course, and call me Ace. What can I do for you, Miss Riding?
It's my grandmother. She's gone missing. I haven't seen her in days. I'm very worried. She needs her medication and her baked goods. She's all I got, Ace. Be generous. Will you help me?
Pardon me for laughing, Miss Riding, but something just struck me funny. That get-up of yours, for starters, and your name. It's Riding Hood, right?
What of it?
It's an alias, isn't it?
I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about.
Knock off the innocent act and come clean. You've never ridden a horse in your life. You got the name Riding Hood because you spend every waking moment at the racetrack betting on the ponies.
There may be some truth there, but I'm working on it. I haven't placed a bet on a pony in weeks.
So why are you really here? Any truth to your missing granny story?
Of course.
You sure about that? Remember, I make a living spotting liars.
I should be getting back to the forest.
Now, hold on just a second, Angel. You may not be placing any more bets, but I would bet you got in some serious money trouble and Granny was part of the gamble. Am I getting warmer?
You have no idea what you're getting yourself into, Ace. They're horrible.
Suppose you tell me about it.
I can't, Ace. I just can't. Don't put me behind the 8-ball.
You were the one who racked him up and broke him, Angel, not me. Hey, Eloise, come in here, would you? I think it's time we find out some more about Miss Riding Hood. Hey, Eloise.
You can stop calling for her. She's gone.
Eloise. Gone? What gives? Spill it.
Granny's fine. She's had some coffee. But I have debts. They told me they'd forgive them all if I came in here and spun up a tale so you'd be distracted. They took your girl, Ace.
Who took her? Tell me.
I don't know. All I know is that they run in packs.
Eloise. Ellie. Princess.
Come on, Sergeant, you have to give us something. You have a dangerous criminal in the jug. All we want to know is what happened.
I'd love to answer all your questions, but the truth is the only one who knows all the details is Ace Diamond.
But Sergeant Knight, you...
Hey look, it's Ace Diamond.
I need to talk to BB Wolf.
That's highly irregular, Detective.
You want me to go get the news hawks?
BB Wolf, you say?
Big teeth, hairy, not very friendly.
It's still not ringing a bell.
I won't tell anyone about the candy.
Oh, BB Wolf, of course, right this way.
I got a bum rap, fellas. I'm innocent, I tell you.
Oh yeah? And I'm Betty Davis. Listen up, BB. There'll be no funny business if you know what's good for you.
And by funny business, she means trouble, or you'll get twice as much in return.
Hey, well, if it ain't my old pal, Ace Diamond. Still hanging around with the livestock, eh?
Still eating lousy jail food? How's that working out for you?
Never been better.
You want us to stick around, Ace?
This one here is one real wise guy.
Don't worry, fellas. BB and I are old friends.
We were thinking, Lenora and I, we were thinking that BB should change his name to B and E.
B&E, get it? For breaking and entering.
You two are funny looking.
Quit flapping your lips.
Hold on, boys. Here comes the news hound.
Millie, how did you get in here?
I have friends in low places. Be generous, fellas. How about one little picture with the wolf? It'll be on the front page.
We'd love to. Even though Ace here is got the collar, we're still in on the gig, right, detective?
Make it quick.
Great, bigger, more ferocious.
Let's do one where it looks like BB is trying to escape.
Can I get a copy of these for my ma?
Of course, just keep smiling.
Is this going to be on the front paper? I haven't been in the paper in a long time.
That's really swell. Now let's pose one where you're all great pals.
Thanks for nothing. I was just starting to have fun.
Settle down, you rattled-brained wolf. Now tell me, what did you do with her?
With who?
You know who, Eloise, my assistant.
I don't know anything about that.
Ha! That's a bunch of hooey. You sent that Little Red Riding Hood to distract me while a part of your pack danced the hood and handcuff tango with my Eloise.
This may come as a surprise to you, Ace, but I'd never do something like that to Ellie. She's good people. Long ago, in a land far, far away, she did me a solid. I wouldn't hurt a hair on her chinny chin chin.
You're telling the truth, I can tell. So the question is, if your pack didn't take her, who did?
I'd be sure willing to help an old pal like you, Ace, if I wasn't stuck in a cold joint like this, with terrible food and substandard plumbing.
What if I could pull some strings to spring you, get you out of this place?
I'd call my pack together. We'd do anything to find Ellie. We'd start in all the hot spots.
Like the Lion's Den or King's Castle?
Nah, those places are fuddy-duddy. I'm thinking someplace that's cooking with gas.
Where then? Where would you go?
Perfect place. Goldie's on 3rd Street.
Huh. Goldie's on 3rd Street. Thanks for the tip, BB.
Ace, wait! What about our deal? Aren't you gonna spring me?
Huh. Not today, pal. Not today.
Well, if it is an Ace diamond, what can I do you for? You okay, Ace? You look a little pale.
I thought I just saw Eloise right now out front, but when I got closer, it was just another dame.
Maybe you need some more air. You can always step out back.
Out in a dark alley in this part of town? No thanks. Too many wolves.
I've never had any trouble with wolves. The new trouble on this street is the bears.
Bears? You don't say. How many?
I had a run-in with 3 of them.
What are bears doing in this neck of the woods?
Just trying to make a buck, I figure, like anybody else. So what's this got to do with that girl of yours, Eloise?
She's missing, and I have a hunch Little Red Riding Hood's part of it. I was hoping you might have heard something.
No, not me.
Too bad, Goldie. I thought we were close once. Too bad I won't be able to protect you anymore.
Hang on. Ace, I think you need to talk to a couple of my waitresses. Hey, Bab, Sal, come over here.
What's bussin', cousin?
Oh, hey, Sugar, you rations.
Trust me, Sal. He's rationed.
All the good, mysterious ones are always taken.
Girls, tell my friend Ace what you saw last night at the cave.
You sure, Goldie?
You told us not to tell anyone.
Ace here is a detective.
What, are you crazy? You talking to a snooper?
What's the grift, Goldie? Are you trying to pull a fast one on us? As for you, Gumshoe, you can climb up your thumb.
Settle down, girls. He's just looking for a friend of ours. Now tell him what you saw last night at the cave and stick to the story.
Well, Mr. Sal and I, we waitress at a couple of places. Here at Goldie's, at the cave.
Only the nice joints.
Little Cat, the owner of the cave, comes in last night with his paw around Red Riding Hood.
How she got that name, I will never know. Have you ever seen her ride a horse? I mean, honestly.
Stick to the story, girls.
Anyway, Red and our little cat are talking in a booth, real friendly. Just then, who barges in?
3 bears. Really big, scary, blustering bears. They come barging in with their fur all crazy, like their ears flattened against, and very, very...
Agitated.
Yes, agitated. Very agitated.
Well, 5 minutes later, the bears drag Little Cat out of the place, and Red calls a meeting of all the employees.
She acts like she got a promotion, only she couldn't because she has never even worked at the cave.
Girls, the story, just stick to the story.
Yeah, so basically, the bears took over.
And Red was in the cahoots, helped them strong arm our boss.
Thanks, girls. Now, take it on the heel and toe. We gotta get this place ready to open.
I think we're still friends after all.
Ace, these bears are bad news. They're poking around the wrong sort of people, if you know what I mean. It spells trouble. And when there's trouble, nice, average Joes like you get hurt. Take my advice, be careful around those bears.
I didn't want to trust Goldie. I knew she had a criminal record and issues with bears, but what choice did I have?
Oh, it's good to be a bear. It's good to be a bear.
Hey, you're not a bear.
I never said I was.
Sorry, pal. This is a bears only party. The cave opens to the general public once the sun goes down and our hibernation ends.
Looks like a pretty active hibernation.
That's our business. Now scram.
I would have figured you bears would have been more hospitable to the detective that's trying to keep you out of the hooskow. But if you'd rather I call the coppers about a missing club owner...
Hang on there, Mr.
Detective, Ace Diamond.
Do you hear that, Daddy Bear? We're being visited by a VIP.
A VIP? What's that mean?
Means we should offer Detective Diamond a drink.
Okay, would you like some fresh squeezed trout juice?
Oh heck, kids, my doctor just told me I had to cut down on the squeezed fish.
Forget about the drink then. Gather around, kids. I think Detective Diamond is going to tell us a bedtime story.
That right, Mr. Diamond? You have something to say?
Maybe I could tell a joke?
Wait, I've got one. Why was the grizzly embarrassed when the hunter showed up at his den?
I don't know. Why was the grizzly embarrassed when the hunter showed up in his den?
Because he was barely dressed. Ha ha! And then he hit him. I added that part. You have something better than that?
I'm sure I could come up with something.
Something that's going to keep us out of the pen?
Sure. Once upon a time, there was this nice young lady named Eloise. She was all class. Ellie knew how to keep an office running and how to keep a busy mind at ease. She was whip smart and she could brew a perfect cup of joe.
I once stayed at Joe, didn't I, Daddy?
You ate the hat, too. What happened next?
Somebody snatched her right out of her office. It was a clean sneak. No clues, no ransom note, not even a single paw print. But these trouble boys did have a very naughty girl working with them, and she's already started to spill. She's called Miss Riding Hood, but in this neck of the woods you may know her as Red. Any of this ring a bell?
Knew Red couldn't be trusted.
Kids, it's bedtime.
I don't want to go to bed yet.
Shut your yaps! Off to bed now, or it's curtains for all of you. Before we commence, Mr. Diamond, are you friendly with Miss Goldilocks?
We've crossed paths a few times.
You tell that little felon she owes me a chair. And I'm sending her a bill for the cleaning the sheets and for the porridge. You hear me?
Barely.
Why I oughta?
Daddy Bear, calm yourself. Take some deep breaths. Now go check on the kids. Make sure they're brushing their fangs.
Yeah, sure, okay. Everything's Jake. Everything's Jake. Porridge doesn't grow on trees, you know.
Daddy Bear. I think we got off on the wrong paw, Detective. Can I offer you something to eat? A fresh salmon, perhaps?
No need. I've done this dance 100 times before, so let's just start the music. Now that you've decided to play good cop, I suppose you would say that you had nothing to do with the disappearance of Eloise.
You're wrong, Detective. I do know what happened to Eloise. I sensed that Red might double-cross us, and now I know she has.
Let's get to the double cross later. Where's Ellie?
She's in the one part of town you've never been to. The one place you're too chicken to go.
How would a bear like you know about that?
I live in a cave, Detective. I know a lot about the dark places humans are too afraid to go.
But how could she be there? You're sure she's there?
I'm certain of it. In a way, we're all there. Wait, there's no need to be an eager beaver, Detective. She's perfectly safe. Before you snap your cap and storm the mysterious castle, I should explain my situation so we can better understand each other.
No need. I put the pieces together just fine. Red convinced you and your gang of bears to take over the cave. I suppose she told you the owner was a pushover. So you made your move. Then Red came into my office and distracted me while your troll boys took off with Eloise. Red then fed me a line of hooey, which led me to BB Wolf, who then fed me another line of hooey, which led me to Goldie. Goldie figured me for a dope and fed me another line of hooey, figuring I'd swallow the story, that it was you and Red who were partnering up, but the truth is...
What?
Goldie and Red are taking us all for a ride. They're the real partners in crime. They're trying to expand their restaurant business. They figured if it looked like you had snatched Eloise, and you take the fall, and they take over the cave and get it all set up for a new location of Goldie's. Sound about right? And if you had figured this all out and told the cops, Goldie could just say you were a little sore over that mix-up with the chair and the beds and the porridge. They win ownership of the cave, and you and your bears end up in the pen.
So that's their plan? You're a very good detective, Ace.
Thanks for the chat, Mama Bear.
Ace, wait, I've got something for you. It'll prove you're right about Red, Goldie, and even BB Wolf.
I told myself that under no circumstances would I ever go back there. And if I did, I would never knock on that door. But now...
But now you have to do it, Ace. I'm going to tell you it straight. Things are going to get complicated.
Life is complicated. It's the easy nights that you forget. It's the tough ones that stick with you until the end.
And I was about to have a very tough night. I spent hours walking through the city. My mind was awash like a sea in a storm, churning, churning. Did Mama Bear tell me the truth, or was it just a setup to send me into a trap? I knew I had to find Eloise, but It wouldn't do any good if I got myself rubbed out in the process. There was only one thing to do, and when I spotted Goldie and Red at the all-night diner, I knew exactly how to do it.
Good evening, Goldie, Miss Riding Hood. How's the coffee at this hour?
Yeah. Didn't expect you to be in this part of town.
Oh no? Where'd you think I'd be headed?
Aren't you still on the trail of Eloise?
Sure, but it never hurts to visit with two old friends who I can trust with my life. Hey, Speedy, I'll have 2 cups of Joe. Neat, when you've got 2 clean cups handy.
Coming right up, detective. I just made a fresh pot.
How's the pie holding up?
Fresh as the day it was made. But all we have left is apple and cherry.
Sounds great. How about a slice of apple pie, ladies?
I
Pie all around, Speedy. 3 apple.
Coming right up, detective.
And when your hands are free, come and top off the ladies' cups as well. You 2 aren't going anywhere, are you?
We were just waiting for.
Yeah. I'm gonna dust out. No more coffee for me. I whistled for a taxi on the next block.
Hey, what happened to him?
I said, what happened to him? How did Ace get them to admit what he did?
Oh no, I'm sorry, Fred. I had it, but it just shot out of my head. But I can get it back. Let's see. Goldie says...
Oh, look at the time. It's time for our script meeting.
I hate stopping in the middle of a scene.
Doesn't matter. They're just gonna make us rewrite it anyway.
Enjoy the show. Hey, mister, are you here for the show?
I haven't been in this part of town for a while. I might be lost. Didn't this used to be a library?
You are lost, mister. The library is 2 blocks east, but it's closed.
This here used to be a bookstore.
What is it now?
A movie house. Or did you think we just dress like this for kicks?
A movie house, open this late?
Our shows are always here for you, the very best we play.
Join us anytime you want, all night or through the day. Do you want to see the show? It's a killer diller.
It's brand new.
The Maltese Falcon, starring Humphrey Bogart as the hard-boiled detective.
Detective, eh?
Yeah. Detective Spade, Sam Spade.
Sorry, ladies, I don't have the time. Besides, I've never seen a movie. I'm not sure I'd like it.
Never seen a movie? Where have you been, Mars?
You've got to see a movie, mister.
Why do you think the bookstore went out of business, or the town's tearing down the library? The movies.
The movies.
Did you say tearing down the library?
Sure did. The studio's putting in a backlot. They bought the whole block.
So I'm close to the studio.
Keep walking the way you came and you'll run right into the front gate.
Thanks.
Hey, mister, is somebody tailing you?
Usually.
I keep seeing some goon peeking around the corner behind you.
Thanks for the tip.
And don't forget,
our shows are always here for you, the very best we play.
Join us anytime you want, all night or through the day. He'll be back.
Of course he will. He's got no choice.
Hold up right there, pal. What's your business on the Warner Brothers lot?
I'm a detective. I'm on a case.
Let's see your search warrant.
You 2 are good. I'm trying to keep this on the DL, so why don't you just...
Mr. Warner doesn't do anything on the DL, so no warrant, no way. Now scram out.
Heidi-ho, we're here for the audition.
We checked the audition board.
We think we're perfect for the part.
I'm sure you are. Hey, Cap, double time.
Yes, sir, Mr. Hank.
Cap, could you escort these two lovely... I'm sorry, you are?
We're mice. I'm Cheddar.
I'm Swiss.
And I'm nauseous.
Oh, my heart.
Hard to stop? I could lend you a hand.
I could introduce you two to a Mr. Jack Warner if you'd like.
Really? That would be swell.
It would be peachy. We're actors, singer, dancers.
We mice are known for our dancing skills.
I bet you're a real ducky shin cracker.
Enough. Mr. Warner doesn't want to be bothered by mice. Cap, take these two to the group audition.
My pleasure. This way, please.
Thanks for the help.
Wish us luck.
Hey, look, if it isn't the detective who saved us from that shark with BB Wolf.
Ace Diamond, how are you?
All silk so far, fellas.
What are you doing here at Warner Brothers, Ace?
I was just waiting here for my favorite building contractors to come.
Oh, we're at a construction business.
Yeah, too many forms and inspections. Besides, stick houses don't meet county code standards.
And I discovered, sadly, that straw houses are flammable.
Let it go. Let it go.
But it's all Jake, because now we're...
Actors!
Actors. But you three have skills.
Yeah. But now we live a life of glamour.
We rub our photos with celebrities.
Get our pictures in the papers.
And fewer people try to eat us.
Our agent bites up 10%, but that's different.
I could lie around and laugh all day.
But we don't be late for our audition. We should blow out of here, pigs.
Say, Ace, would you like to join us?
It'd be my pleasure, folks.
He's with us.
He's with us.
We've got this in the bag.
Easy like cheesy.
All right, everyone, attention. Let me introduce Miss Sylvia Parnell. She's the casting director here at Warner Brothers. I'm Clarence, her assistant. Today, we're casting a film called You Can't Escape Forever. It stars George Brent and Brenda Marshall. The screenplay was written by one of our contract writers, Mr. Fred Niblo Jr.
I love Brenda Marshall.
To be in a movie with Brenda Marshall?
We'll see. I need 3 bears. That's it.
Bears? Did she say bears?
If you've played a bear before, be sure to circle that on your resume. Also, if you've played a fierce, fur-bearing animal of any kind, let us know.
You mean like Wolverine?
You ever played a Wolverine doll?
I sure hope to someday. My acting teacher.
Listen up, honey. Have you ever played a Wolverine or a bear?
Technically, no, I haven't. But
you're wasting my life.
Right, well, so let's begin the casting session for the bears.
Oh, wait, I have a question. Well, really, it's a statement that, when considered correctly, is actually in the form of a question.
In one sentence.
I was told by a certain someone of the bovine persuasion who might be a good jumper and might be friends with a spoon and a dish that Mr. Warner was looking for.
One sentence?
A hedgehog. I was told there was an audition for a hedgehog here today.
Hedgehog? No.
Yes.
Goose, hound, no. Horse, hamster. Oh, here it is. Hedgehog audition. Okay, listen up. If you're here to audition for the part of the hedgehog, you need to continue up 3rd Street, take a right on Avenue F, and continue to stage 18. It will be on the 2nd stage on your right.
No more chinning. Anybody asks any more questions, I'm going to give you the gate. Got it?
Attention, everyone. We need to see your best bear roar. You should all know this one. If you want this job, you better be cooking with gas.
Roar!
Roar!
Give me these 3 little rug cutters at callbacks, lose the rest.
Hot dog! I knew we could break the species barrier.
You 3, don't move. Thanks, everyone. We have what we need. Don't forget to check the boards at the front gate for the next call. Good afternoon, and thank you.
I quit! I'm going back to running up clogs!
But we can't quit now, Swiss. This is the first audition we've had in months.
Tell Bogart I need to see him after lunch, but don't tell him the number's on Maltese Falcon.
Yes, Mr. Warner.
I don't want Bogey knowing it's a runaway hit. He might ask for a raise. Carol, why am I walking across the lot?
You have a meeting with celebrity reporter Darling Stars, Mr. Warner. You said it was best that we did not let her into your office.
That's right. The glitterati could squeeze a secret out of a brick wall.
Jack Warner.
Miss Stars.
Oh, please, Jack. We're old friends. You can call me darling. I heard swell news. Really swell news.
About?
You have a new project in development? An experiment.
We don't make experiments at Warner Brothers. We only make hit pictures.
Like the Maltese Falcon? I hear it's a blockbuster.
Oh, it sure is. Just don't tell Bogart.
You know I can't keep a secret.
Hey folks, which way to the Riders' Bungalows?
Straight ahead, take a right at the cluster of palm trees, and you'll see the bungalows.
Thanks.
Anytime.
So, back to this new project. I hear you have Fred Niblo and Hector Chivani churning it out as we speak.
Fred and Hex are good boys.
I also hear it's a classic detective noir, something Dashiell Hammett would have written, but swirled in with a Brothers Grimm fairy tale. I also hear it has existential overtones with a man against himself theme.
You're tooting the wrong ringer, darling. Leave that fancy talk to the French movie critics. Here at the Warner Brothers, we make the kind of pictures that people, the audiences love, and the kind of pictures that make boatloads of cash. Isn't that right, Carol?
Yes, Mr. Warner.
Well, that doesn't bode well for an experiment. Does this mean you're going to can the Ace Diamond fairy tale detective story?
I'll give Fred and Heck until the end of the week to fix the story problems. Unless they can make it great, it's going in the garbage. But do me a favor, don't tell them, or someone might just call your editor and make sure you never work here again.
Was he kidding?
Jack Warner never kids.
Okay, Fred, remind me what he said next.
You didn't write down his notes.
My ears are ringing with anger by this point in the meeting, and I missed a few bits of wisdom. Just read me the next one.
Okay. Our all-knowing producer believes that Ace needs to do something that will get the audience to trust him. He suggests at one point in the first few scenes, we see Ace save a kitten.
Did you say save a kitten?
Yeah, the producer said, and I quote, have Ace save a kitty.
Save it from what? A bear? A wolf? And why a kitten? Ace is trying to save the life of the woman that he secretly loves. So why in the name of all things cinematic would a producer want Ace to save a kitten?
I'm just reading the notes, Hecht. Quit busting my chops.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just...
Find your word, Hecht. Crazy, angry, distressed, conflicted, aggravated, irritated.
Provoked. It's a crummy note, Fred, and I've been most deliberately and sadistically provoked. We will not allow our character, Ace Diamond, to save a kitten.
Nobody move. Are you two the only ones here?
Of course. Who are you?
I'm Ace Diamond, detective.
Call casting. Tell them we found our ace.
Hey, Sylvia, it's Nibble and Shivani. We found our ace. As if she listened to us.
You're Ace Diamond, huh? Well, that's a good one, pal. Thanks for the laugh, but we need to get back to work.
I'm not going anywhere until you tell me what happened to Eloise.
Eloise? You mean Ace's Eloise?
That's the one. Tell me.
Wait. Are you... Is he...
Oh, hey, look. We didn't know you were from the producer's office. Are you his new development assistant? Because nobody told us.
You can tell your boss that the rewrites are coming along really great. Real swell notes. We were just looking for a scene where we can have Ace save a kitty.
As for Eloise, she's fine. We've been strengthening her story arc and tightening some dialogue. Her character remains intact.
But where is she? This morning I was in my office talking to Red and somebody snatched Eloise. I've been on her trail ever since. I got a lead that she would be here. Now spill it.
You were in your office this morning talking to Red? How could you know that? How could he know that?
Nobody read that scene, not even Mr. Warner. We pulled it out of the draft before he submitted the script to our producer.
That's right. Look at the current draft of Ace Diamond Fairy Tale Detective. Ace has just come back from his office after seeing the story in the papers about BB Wolf and the Three Little Pigs. Ace is talking to Eloise. He's about to tell her, "I love you, Ellie." And before he can say it, they hear great commotion coming from the back entrance of Ace's office.
Ellie screams, "Ace, look out!"
Ace grabs Ellie and says, "Let's hoof it, doll, before this place turns into the OK Corral."
Together, they run out the front door, and, well, then it picks up where the last draft left off.
That's not how it happened. I was talking to Red, not Ellie.
Oh, no, that scene was cut. Hey, have you been looking through our trash? Searching our desks?
I'm no snoop. I lived it.
Cool down, fella. I think I know what's going on here. I just need to make a quick call.
Don't touch that horn. You drop a dime on me, and it'll be the last time you ever drop.
I thought I saw a man with that description heading this way. Hey, Fred, Hector, it's Kat from Studio Security. You fellas in there? I got a detective here looking for someone.
Kat, come in.
You fellas, Jake?
Which way did he go?
We're fine. He went that way.
I'll nab him.
Be careful. He's nuts.
He thinks he's the character in our new script.
Thanks, fellas.
Don't mention
it. Holy mackerel. Could you believe that guy?
That was Ace Diamond. I don't like him.
You didn't like him?
Not one bit.
That's why we have to show him.
Saving a kitten.
Welcome back. Would you like to see the show?
We'd be happy to offer you a free ticket.
Yeah, anything to lose this tail I got following me.
You didn't. Tell me you didn't send him in there.
He accepted the ticket.
You can't keep him from learning the truth. Everyone deserves to know what they really are.
Maybe he won't put two and two together. The names are different, the girls, the crime.
Maybe. Or maybe he'll connect enough dots to finally make a line.
Looks like you all have a few things to straighten out.
This is gonna be good.
Can it, you two? All you fellas know what's going down?
Yeah, I got it all figured out. It's bad business for all of us. Script revision's happening right now. Only one of us is gonna last the night.
Who's gonna be the first one to get bumped? I'm still trying to crack the crime on Goldie, Red, and BB Wolf. What else is being rewritten?
Plenty. The writers took a detour with the Eloise and Ace scene in Act 1. Eloise got kidnapped.
Really? Is she safe?
She is. She's...
Oh!
Ace!
Oh no, I can feel it. It's worse than poisoning. The writers sure know how to put a fella through the ringer. Sorry, boys, I'm getting rubbed out. I hate to leave you like this.
Well, I'm gonna duck out of this surprise party a little early too, fellas. Maybe I'll have enough time to see the stars one last time or have one last cup of joe. See you in the funny papers.
Just me and you left?
And one more inside.
So when the script is done, only one of us will be on the right side of the sod?
Yeah, they'll toss out scenes they don't need, character choices that the producer doesn't want, and only one story will be left.
And only one of us. I had a feeling it would be you who would make it. You're the high pillow, aren't you, Ace? I'm just a mark. It's all Jake. You cracked this case long before any of us. Time for me to take the high road and congratulate the winner. Here's looking to you, kid.
It's great.
I'm gonna see your movie for sure.
Ace!
He had my same office, my same hat, my clothes. They called him Sam Spade, but he was just like me. Just like me. That could only mean...
Take it easy, Ace. I can explain.
No need. I think I've got it all square.
Are you sure, Ace? You just ate a belly full of truth.
Sure. No thanks to these two, now scram. You are me, right? Or am I you?
We're the same character, just slightly different versions and different drafts of the script.
So it was you who took Ellie, only in a different draft.
Yes, but I did it to save her, from Red, Goldie, and BB Wolf. It gets a little twisted when the rewrites start. It takes some time before the storylines get sorted out.
When they do, what happens to me?
I can explain that.
Eloise, you look...
Like a princess? I am, Ace. At least I was in another story.
I'll leave you two alone. Another rewrite is starting to kick in. I'm sorry, you don't have much time.
My real name is Ella. My evil stepsisters called me Cinderella because I slept by a fireplace full of cinders. That is, until I became queen.
That's from a story, right? I have a memory of it, but it's hazy.
It's not just you, Ace. All the storybook tales are fading away. Kids don't read them anymore. Instead,
They just want to see the movies.
that's why we're all here, living on the wrong side of the studio walls, wishing we could get in. When people stop reading our stories, the only hope we have is to make it into the movies.
How do I figure into all of this?
You help keep us alive, Ace. You're in a movie.
At least I was, till I got rewritten.
Rewrites happen to all of us.
Rewrites are starting now. Wish me luck.
Same here.
I spent hours walking through the city. My mind was awash like a sea in a storm, churning. Did Mama Bear tell me the truth, or was it just a setup to send me into a trap? I knew I had to find out what happened to Little Cat, but it wouldn't do me any good if I got myself grubbed out in the process. There was only one thing to do, and when I spotted Goldie and Red at the all-night diner, I knew exactly how to do it. Good evening, Goldie, Miss Red. How's the coffee at this hour?
Ace.
Yeah. Didn't expect you to be in this part of town.
Oh no? Where do you think I'd be headed?
Aren't you still on the trail of Eloise?
I found her. Everything's Jake. Now I'm just happy to visit with two old friends who I can trust with my life. Hey, Speedy, I'll have 2 cups of Joe. Neat. When you've got 2 clean cups, Sandy?
Coming right up, detective. I just made a fresh pot.
Well then, when your hands are free, come top off the ladies' cups as well. You two aren't going anywhere, are you?
We were just waiting for.
Yeah, it's late. No more coffee for me. I'm sure we could whistle for a hack on the next block.
Don't keep warming that seat if you know it's good for you.
Anything else for you, sir? Ladies?
You might want to start brewing up another pot, Speedy. You might get busy later.
Oh, this time of night, it's usually pretty slow.
Trust me, kid. Go brew up a fresh one.
Thanks for the cabbage, detective. A fresh pot of Java coming right up.
So, what might you two be waiting for this late at night? Or, a better question would be, who? Well, look who just made bail. Come on over, BB. There's a fresh cup of joe here for you.
Ah, fresh coffee. That's what I've been dreaming of. Hey, wait a minute. What are you doing here?
I thought it'd be neighborly to have one last chat.
Last chat?
Ace, what did you do?
What I should have done the moment Red came here marching into my office with their story about a lost granny. Only, I didn't have all the pieces then, and I didn't have this.
I love those rotten bears!
Ace, you've got to believe me. It was Red's idea, the whole thing.
How dare you! You were the one who told me to spell the signatures on the deed. You were the one who told the bears to strong arm the owners of the cave. You were even the one who said, "Don't worry, Red, no one will believe a bunch of bears!"
Couldn't keep your trap shut, could you, Red? You dipped your mitt, and now you've gotten me and BB thrown in a game with you.
Eggs and bacon, right here in black and white. And you don't even have to chase it.
Your racket's flopped, girls. The bears are with the DA right now. They're spilling the beans about the whole rotten deal.
Ace, how could you? After everything we've been through together?
Could I get a warmer?
Goldie, these two are going to be sent up the river for this. But you still have a chance to swim. Sure, you go to the big house, but you'll get out in a few, and you'll still have a life. But you have to tell me. What did the bears do with the owner of the cave?
I never asked. Like I said, those bears are bad news.
It's the bottom of the 9th, Red. You want to step up to the plate and tell me what the bears did with Little Cat?
You already know, Ace. Don't make me say it.
That's a real shame.
Huh? I've never seen you take off your lid before.
Because Ace only takes it off to signal the cops.
Take these suspects back to the station, Officer Bell. Mugshots and fingerprints all around.
What about this wolf, ma'am?
What about him?
Can't we just use the same picture from last night?
Always thinking of ways to save the department money, aren't you, Officer Bell? You'll make Sergeant pretty soon thinking like that. Yeah, use the mugshots from last night.
Here's that evidence I told you about.
Nice going, Detective. I came as soon as I got your call. I hope we did okay by you.
Your timing was perfect, Sergeant Knight. You should have everything you need right there.
We sure do. The bears are singing like birds. My, that coffee sure does smell good. Speedy, I think I'll order a cup. Ace was one step ahead of you. He already paid for it. Come on back to the kitchen. I got it all set up for you and the team. Thanks, Speedy. Ace, you're the best kind of fellow.
I had tied up all the loose ends, put the pieces back together, and, for a moment at least, everything was Jake.
How to do it, don't you think?
Sounds swell. You sure you have that all written down? I wouldn't want to lose any of it.
It's all right here in the ink. We can type it up in the morning and send it off to our producer.
Sure feels good to get rid of all those loose ends in the story.
Ace Diamond, fairy tale detective. He's a one-man army.
We did it again, Fred. Another hit picture.
From your lips to God's ears, Hecht, old pal. See you in the morning.
It isn't fair, Ellie. These writers cut us up into pieces like parts of a puzzle, and they just drop us into the dust.
I know. I wish it would help if I said I was sorry, but I know it won't.
So how does this work? I know I'm just a character in a dead-end rewrite that's got a one-way ticket to the trash bin.
No, Ace, you're so much more than that. You're not just a toss-away character. You're a regular Joe. The best kind of fellow.
That's regular Joes, the cops and firefighters, the soldiers and teachers of the world. We're the ones who always take it on the chin.
But you know what else, Ace?
What's that, princess?
You're also the one who gets the girl.
Really? For how long?
Until the lights go down and we fade into black.
You hear that, you big lugs? She's mine until the lights go out. So do a regular Joe a favor and take your time. Take your time.